I don't really do that many deck reviews, but I recently came into possession of these four quite amazing decks, and they've each got their highlights, and I just wanted to share them with you. It's just so amazing. I'm going to just do them in order, just from left to right. And so let's start off with the Rota Mundi Tarot by Daniel Leb, the Rosicrucian Arcanum. It comes in this gigantic box. Excuse me. You can see just how large that is. And that's because it includes this gigantic little white book, so called, right? Not so little. I think it's got something like 200, over 250 pages. And it's a full course in the Western occult tradition. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And that's essentially what the deck is. It's a lesson, so to speak, right? So let's have a quick look through it. I think that's the only what do you call it? A negative point that regularly comes up when people talk about this particular deck is the way there are two slots. You have to divide your deck into two halves to put it away. But really, honestly, who cares? First of all, just maybe a look at those lovely gilded edges. Yeah, very, very nice. The card stock is kind of grayish, which is a little bit weird, but certainly not unpleasant. And it's a matte finish, so it's just the right amount of slippage. It's very, very nice. And let's take a look at how it's constructed, this deck. Well, you've got the major arcana, which are really set on the Tree of Life. So this 0, the Fool card, is set on path number 11 on the Tree of Life. So these first cards here, these major arcana cards, they are designed to learn about the Tree of Life, right? So it's about where these belong on the Tree of Life, and then you've got the Hebrew letter attributed to it. Right, you've got the meaning of that letter. Bet is the house, beginning. You've got which path it's on. Excuse me. What intelligence it is associated with. What attributes are associated with it. What number. Let me see. I see what Golden Dawn number is associated with it, right? This is and which church it's associated with. What planetary powers it's associated with. What traits, etc., etc. It really is a teaching tool, or rather a learning tool. And every time you see which path number 15 for the Emperor, right? It's major arcana number 6, but it's on the Tree of Life path number 15. It's just, yeah, it's fantastic. So if I just go past these major arcana, come on, all the way to, then we come to the suit of Wands, right? So the suit of Wands here, it's still teaching us the Tree of Life. Okay, so it's number 1, right? It's the ace. Number 1 is for Keter, so it's still teaching us so that's still part of that Tree of Life teaching, right? Later on, we'll go beyond the Tree of Life teachings, but for the moment, Wand suits, it's still the Tree of Life. Now, you don't get all of the aces. They've chosen one of the aces here, the Ace of Swords, to represent all 4 of the aces, right? But if you're using the deck as a tarot deck, this particular card represents the Ace of Wands, right? And we're going to continue with the 2 of Wands. Now, again, this is representing all the 2s here in Hokmah. So the card that's been chosen to represent the twos. This is the two of cups, right? Not the two of wands, but the two of cups. But that's fine because it's only here to represent all of the twos. It's like they've chosen, I don't know, it's like they've chosen the most representative of the twos for representing Hokmah. But nevertheless, that is the two of, this is the two of wands card. Does that make sense? So the threes, all the threes belong in Bina, but they've chosen the three of swords to represent the threes. But this is the three of wands card. So it can be a little bit confusing the first time you go through. Nevertheless, you know, you're still getting the appropriate colors associated with the Sephirot, right? So here we've got Chesed in blue, here we've got Gevurah in red, and we've got Tipperet in yellow. Right, I mean, if you can't read the Hebrew, it's just written down here, so it's not a worry. Yeah, Netzach in green. Yeah, sometimes it's written in Latin letters, and sometimes they're not. And then we come to the tens, which is Malkut. Now, so that's it. These are the Tree of Life cards. These are the cards that teach you the Tree of Life. It's all of the major arcana plus the wands from 1 to 10. But then we come to the Page of Wands, and I don't know if you can see that. Behind the P for page, there is actually a brown wand. So you can see that that is the Page of Wand. And this is interesting. It's yeah, it's pointing to the lover's journey throughout the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Coleman Smith Rider-Waite Tarot. So yeah, it's a nice thing to draw your attention to, right? So once again, we're in the realm of teaching here, and then we've got the Knight, the lowercase k, with that little wand behind it, and here we're looking at oral, written, and applied. And the kind of wheel of fortune there, making us iterate through the three. And then it starts into alchemy, right? So we're looking now at the Queen of Wands, and well, I'm not a proficient alchemist yet. Alchemy is next on my list to learn a little bit more about. Of course, I know some of the basics, but I wouldn't say that I'm like an expert in alchemy. So yeah, it's yeah, all the next cards are all about alchemy, and then we get the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. You got the wand right there. And yeah, the magnum opus, the great work. And then you start with the cups, but we're still with alchemy, right? The Solvate Coagula, and it continues, the Two of Cups. So really, the alchemy set starts on the Queen of Wands, right? Everything before that is yeah, just a couple of cards pointing out some of the themes of the tarot. So then, yeah, then you move on to alchemy, and you've got loads and loads of alchemical images, designs, patterns, so on and so forth. So really very, very cool. Let's see, we're at the Ace of Swords already, and we're still on alchemy. All right, you'll recognize some of these hermetic designs outlining the alchemical process. Yeah, vitriol there, and yeah, we start getting into some more narrative-based images over here, but we're still in the realm of alchemy. But now we start on more Kabbalistic alchemy with the Seven of Swords. I think this is Robert Flood. Yeah, straight up Hermeticism. And then yeah, all the way until the King of Swords, where really we end with this Kabbalistic image, and then the rest of the cards here, all of the coins here are Hermetic Kabbalah, symbols, symbolism, diagrams on the Tree of Life, and that goes until the, what is this, the 10 of coins. And then finally there are 4 cards representing the four Christian Gospels in their kind of hermetic aspects, and particular biblical chapters to look up for each of these. So yeah, so really the structure of the tarot is very loosely the basis, right? You can definitely use this as a tarot deck. It is a traditional tarot deck, but what's written on each card is really designed for the education of somebody interested in learning about the Western traditions. Very, very cool deck. Very nice quality of the cards. The card stock is really nice and thick, and yeah, it's nice and matte, as you can see, and yeah, love it. Really, really, really nice deck. All right, let's move on to the next deck, the Magickal Botanical Oracle. And here we really have a deck that's been designed by Maxine Miller and Christopher Penchak, and it's all about botany. Very, very cool stuff. Once again, you get a nice thick little white book. It's very cool. Like every single one of the cards gets a full color image. Let me see if I can find you a page, because some of the cards are just black and white, and some of them do indeed have color. I'm only falling on ones with black and white at the moment. Anyway, yeah, on the inside you then get a description of that plant. You get a description of, yep, the Latin names, the planets associated, the elements, and so on. The magical meaning, the plant spirit medicine, and then the divination meaning, and then the reverse divination meaning, right? So you can really use this like an oracle deck. Now, this isn't so much a tarot deck, this is an oracle deck. I like the fact that you get a little black ribbon here. That's always appreciated. And let's have a quick look at these. What I love about these cards, let me just come in a little bit closer here. What I love about these cards is how intricate they are, and how individual they are. Like there's an overarching feel, definitely. There's an overarching art style, but you know, if you have a look at these two cards, it's not the same design, right? It's very clearly two different things, and that's okay, because these are two different plants, and each of these plants has got its own feel, and I feel that that comes through quite evidently, you know. They're really, really nice. Now, if there's one criticism I would make here, is that I feel like these cards are just a little bit too small to really appreciate the intricacy of some of these works of art. Nevertheless, all the detail is here. You know, if you actually get in nice, close and personal with them, all the detail is really there for you to enjoy and appreciate. And yeah, it's just, they're really beautiful designs. Really, really beautiful designs. I think it's a wonderful idea to have these laid out as an oracle deck. Very, very beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Yeah, I mean, I could spend the rest of the evening going through these, but you get the general idea. In terms of the card stock, again, it's so this is the back of the card. This is the back of the cards. Very lovely design. I didn't show you what was on the back of these ones, did I? Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, again, you know, plenty you can dive into there. Sorry, back to what I was talking about here. The card stock here is nice. They're obviously not gilded like the previous set that I showed you. But yes, a very nice card stock. It's they're just the right kind of matte. They're you know, good for shuffling. All really nice stuff. All right, let's move on to the next deck. And this, folks, I've been waiting to show you this one, and it arrived today. And honestly, I'd been waiting for this one to arrive to make this video. I can't tell you how excited I am about this one. This is Benebell Wen's Spirit Keepers Tarot, and it blows my expectations out of the water. Actually, my expectations were high. My expectations were very high for this. I knew that I was waiting for something special, you know. But this is way beyond special. So there's the little white book that comes with this is probably a little bit more what you would expect from a little white book. It's kind of the right size for a little white book. Okay, actually on the thick end, but when you compare it to the kind of full-on paperback that comes with both of these, yeah, this is a little bit more along the lines of what you'd expect. There is nevertheless an 800-page book that is available on Lulu, but also everyone who orders this deck through Benebell Wen's website gets the free PDF, a full 800-page PDF explaining the background, of course, the making of the deck, what she was trying to achieve and succeeding in achieving, by the way, and what you're really looking at here. Now, she has created a deck that goes through all of the esoteric traditions that are widely known today, right? So this is so complete. It's just fantastic. So these decks come in, I think it's, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but a certain number, certainly 8 or more different types, different orders of decks. So I happen to get one of the decks that is of the Order of the Alchemists, which is nice. But then it also comes with, let me see if I can, did I bring it? Yes. It came with this this little magnet, which is really nice. Really beautiful little magnet there. And I think the first thing that I want to say about it is how good it smells. And it's no coincidence, right? I mean, it's clear that it's designed to smell this good. It smells of citronella, and it's just delicious. I just want to be with this deck, just to smell how delicious it smells. It's just wonderful. So this is second printing of the color version, right? The second printing of this Revelation edition. And it's the third iteration. There was a first of all, there was a black and white iteration, and then there was a sepia Vitruvian iteration, and then this is the third. This color iteration is the third iteration. You could say that because it's the second printing of this color iteration, that it's the fourth version. Yeah, the gilting on this is is just really, really lovely. But again, you know, we're seeing proficiency not just in the Western tradition, like what we saw in the Rota Mundi tarot over here, but here we're seeing proficiency in many, many, many different traditions. Okay, Benebell Wen has clearly not just researched but experienced what she's illustrating. Okay, there are 3 0 cards, which is cool. I need to spend a little bit more time with the Book of Maps, which is the big white book, the PDF that comes with this that I was just telling you about. Just to know if we're supposed to leave all 3 of these in, if you're supposed to choose one. And I know that Benebell's approach is very much one of you need to work with your deck and make your own bonds with the deck, which is wonderful, right? Which is one of the reasons why I need to spend more time with it. I literally received it a few hours ago. And what I love as well is down here you have trigrams, right? So that you can then combine them to make an I Ching hexagram. And these ones, yeah, they have their own signification. I read it earlier on, but I'm afraid I've forgotten already. And over here we've got some Mayan numbers. I was showing you earlier on that the cards were associated with the number 7 or the number 12. Well, the line represents a 5 and the dots represent 4. So this would be a 9. I guess, yeah, this would be a 3. Yeah, a 9 over here, we've got a 12, etc. Right? You get the general idea. But yeah, the amount of symbolism that's going on here, I think that it doesn't matter what background you're from, you're going to get some symbols that call out to you here. And little by little, as you continue working with the deck, I think that you're going to learn about the symbols of other traditions and understand the links between the various traditions. So much going on here. Yeah, I love also the way that you know, that the alchemical white eagle and red lion of it's the Thoth tarot, isn't it? Is replaced here with the phoenix and the dragon of Chinese tradition. And yet it's so clear also that Benebell is a complete master of the Western tradition also. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. And these colors are so lovely. So lovely. Let me show you the back as well. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with this deck. I just want to I just want to spend a lot of time with these. Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah. Fantastic stuff. Just a well of knowledge and of wisdom here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, and let's move on to the 4th and last deck over here, the Nidana Cards. So this is Tommy Tommy Kelly. Tommy Kelly, of course, I'm sorry, of Adventures in Woo Woo, who has created these in association with something Barford. I'm sorry, I'm not doing very well with my names today. Let's open the deck up, and I'm sure we'll find their names. Here we are. Duncan Barford. There we are. So yeah, this is a smaller deck, right? So I'm showing you the standard pack here. The Nidanas are a series of causes and consequences in Buddhism. Let me just come out a little bit here. And yeah, so there are 26 Nidanas, 26 causes and consequences that an incarnated self will experience, right? And yeah, they kind of work a little bit like the major arcana in that sense. However, I think it's worth mentioning that these are really the product of Western chaos magicians who have a good understanding of Buddhism, right? If you're looking for a purely Buddhist perspective, then, well, you can work with these, but you will definitely feel and know that, you know, these are designed with a Western chaos magic perspective. Nevertheless, I you know, very, very clearly with a keen understanding of Buddhism. I just want to show you the difference between the standard edition over there and this deluxe edition, which comes in this case with a cover, and they are much larger cards, right? The booklet is a little bit larger, although the writing inside is more or less the same size, actually. Yeah, you can see that it's kind of the margins that have disappeared here, rather than the size of the letters. And I think I managed to get these in the correct order. Yeah, let's put them one next to the other. Yeah, so these ones, I suppose, might be a little bit more helpful for meditation, for contemplation. And on the back, you've got this Tibetan R symbol and the beautiful artwork by Tommy Kelly. Very, very beautiful, very, very inspiring, and yeah, and obviously these are designed for Western chaos magicians, right? That's the intended user. So it's really very cool that the Western chaos user can use these and come in contact with Buddhist concepts of the Nidanas, of the causes and effects. Really, really lovely stuff. There we go. Folks, I've been talking about these beautiful decks now for the past half an hour. I hope you are as impressed as as I am with these lovely, lovely decks. Leave your comments down below what you think about each one of them, of course. But yeah, I'm so impressed with all of these. I hope you can see why I couldn't wait to share, and why I can't wait to spend a lot more time with them. There we go. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe down below. Click that bell button. Leave a comment, and do all the stuff that that you know helps, and I always really appreciate it. I'll leave links to all of these so that you can find them easily and support the creators and so on down in the description. And in the description you'll also find all the other bits and pieces that you can always find about how you can have a video conversation with me and all kinds of other things. I'll read your tarot if you wish, and or just discuss your path from your own perspective, and give you some recommendations if I can. And there we go. That's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much, everyone, once again for watching. Take care of yourselves and of each other, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye bye.